Donald Trump's words in his tweet, "Get ready, Russia." People are alarmed at that.
Yes, I think the whole world should be alarmed at that sort of instant reaction and sending stuff out on social media to make policy. What happened in Syria is disgraceful. Any use of chemical weapons by anybody against anybody else is clearly illegal, as well as immoral and wrong. The United Nations has a duty and a function to ensure there's a proper investigation undertaken, as the inspectors are now in Duma doing just that. And when we've got the results of that, then decide what action to take. But, just say this, hundreds of thousands have died and lost their lives in Syria. Millions have been forced into refuge. Many are living in terrible poverty and desperation. There has to be a political solution. Russia, America, the European Union, all the neighbouring countries, Iran, Saudi Arabia, have got to be involved in ensuring there is a real ceasefire and a political process that does give hope to the people of Syria in the future. More bombing, more killing, more war will not save life, will just take more lives and spawn the war elsewhere.
The Prime Minister's consulting Cabinet today. She's not consulting Parliament. Is she right?
Parliament must be consulted on this. Surely the lessons of Iraq, the lessons that came there from the Chilcot report have got to be, there has to be a proper process of consultation. We elect Parliament, we elect members of Parliament, they should have a voice in this. The Cabinet on its own should not be making this decision.
Parliament was consulted over Iraq though, wasn't it?
Parliament was eventually consulted over Iraq. That was only after a great deal of pressure, but I do urge people to look again at what Chilcot said about the evidence that was presented and the arguments that were presented. I want to see the whole picture on this because I want to see peace in Syria. I want to see an end to the war in Syria. That does mean America and Russia holding back, pulling back and talking to each other. The dangers of bombing now, which could escalate the conflict beyond belief. Just imagine the scenario if an American missile shoots down a Russian plane or vice versa. Where do we go from there? Surely, if we've learnt nothing from the past 50 years of Cold War and the proxy wars since then, of the dangers of that.
Do you oppose military action under any circumstances?
I'm not in favour of increasing military action in Syria. What I'm in favour of is a political process to bring about peace.
How should Assad be punished though?
Assad should be dealt with by international law, by sanctions if necessary, by the United Nations, but also by pressure from those countries that have supported him and those countries that have supported the opposition to halt the conflict, to bring about a solution that does recognise the rights of the diversity of people in Syria. The Kurdish people and others have got to have their say in how this process works out.